Welcome, everybody. So I am here with Jackie and Tracy, and today we're going to share some ideas that we have to bring some fun back to our business. So bring some fun to your VIP groups, because a lot of people have just been talking about how their VIP space is quiet, it's dead, and no interaction. And people are like, what can I do? How can I spice up my VIP group and just get that fun back in that space? So I've got Jackie here with me and Tracy. What we're going to do is we're going to let Tracy go ahead and kick off and share her ideas that she has. And then anybody that's on here live with us on the Zoom, like I said, I got the chat open on the side, so I'll keep an eye on that if you have questions or if you want to add anything. And then we will just get through this as quick as possible, but you know how that goes. So it might not be super quick. So just hold on, because I'm sure everything that you hear, you're going to want to have a pen and paper and take some notes, because when we were brainstorming on this Zoom of what we were going to talk about, I was like, you guys, I cannot wait. Like, my business needs this. I need all of this. So I have my paper here. If you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm taking notes, because I am so ready and so excited for this. So Tracy, you go ahead and introduce yourself and then take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on this evening. My name is Tracy Poling. I am a team leader. I have Team Fabulous, but I'm with Polish Slingers United. And tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about game nights in your VIP group. I have been doing this for April will be 2 years, believe it or not. That's like crazy to me to think about, but it's been very exciting all the way. And I think game nights are probably one of the biggest things that has really kept the majority of my VIPs involved. And the more you shake it up, the more they seem to like it. My VIPs do have some games that they like better than others. And I always welcome their feedback. And that is probably one of the biggest things that I can tell you is make sure you're always asking your VIPs, hey, did you like the game? Did you have fun? Was it something you enjoyed that you'd want to play again? Or if it was an event that I had, did you think it was reasonable? Was there anything that you liked or didn't like? And always getting that feedback from your VIPs is so crucial, because then you can adjust and if something wasn't working really good, you can try something different. Or if it's working really great, then you can kind of use that on almost, everything. One thing that my VIPs also know me for is dressing up. Now, I didn't go all out tonight and dress up. I didn't want to, everybody to jump on and be like, wait, what? So this is just a little taste of what I do in my VIP groups. But find what your VIPs know about you. Everybody's got something that everybody knows you for. What are you known for? Take that and use it, whatever that is. One of my gals, her things is ladybugs. And so everything in her theme or in her VIP group is ladybugs or, something affiliated with that. So find what it is for you and then use that to your advantage when you're playing games, when you're doing whatever it is. So I'm going to talk about just a few of the games that I use pretty regularly, that I feel has been very, very great for my VIPs. Probably one of the first games that I ever did, and this wasn't really a game, it was more of an event that I held, and it was called Punch Out. And so I went online because I'd seen this somewhere, and I don't even remember where I saw it. You can make these. You do not have to buy these. I did buy this one. I got to put my new board in it. But I just Googled Punchbox and it came up, and this was actually a family designed thing that some family got together. So the proceeds go to their family, which I thought was pretty cool, because I felt like now I was supporting somebody else's small business. So but you could make your own. I've seen people make their own. So you can definitely do that. And I also think they have some online too now that you can do, called virtual punch outs. I just like this one because I like punching things and reaching in there and seeing what's inside. And if you have kids or spouses or significant others or friends, get them involved. My VIPs love when my kids and my husband are willing to come on and help me out. They live for those nights whenever they're going to be involved. So get them involved, find a way that they can be helpful. My son loves to punch these things, and they love hearing all the noises that he makes. It gets to be a really great time. But I just put index cards in here. I will sell spots depending on whether I'm just going to do one set. Sometimes I'll do two sets. Sometimes I'll do two different pulls. So, I'll do all of them with one set, and then maybe have 2 or 3 special places that have extra goodies or an extra set. And then sometimes I just kind of revamp it and do a little bit of something else. So, but this is good for whatever. You can sell spots. You can use this even for a punch your price. I know a lot of people like doing the punch your price game. So if somebody's going to buy a set and you're going to have a sale, they can pick a number, you punch the thing, and it tells them what price they're going to pay. So there are just so many different things that you can do with this. And I know she's recording this, but if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I will do my best to try to answer them. Another one that I actually just kind of started doing more recently, I started it at Thanksgiving. I did pluck Tom turkey. And then for Valentine's Day, I did take a piece of my heart. Super simple. I literally went out and got one of these tri-fold boards that you see at science fairs all the time. This one, I tried to draw a heart. I know that probably really kind of resembles a heart, right? And I ended up decorating my board, but I just drew a heart. And then I went to the Dollar Tree and got some of these foam heart pieces, and I numbered them. And then again, I sold spots, and I had them all taped up all over the board. And then I would pull the heart off, turn it over, and that would reveal what set they got. Now in this one, I had several retired sets that my VIPs got a chance to get. I ended up selling 45 spots for this game. And the great thing about it too is I'll say I have 30 spots, but I always make about 15 extra, because I've learned in doing this, when I get on here and when I am excited and I'm doing this and we're having a great time, it never fails. Somebody goes, "Oh, I want another spot. Oh, I want another spot," especially when they see some of the sets that are going. So I always make sure I have like 10 to 15 extra spots because they always sell. I probably could have sold more if I'd had more made up. And that wasn't even all my VIPs on that night. That was actually a slow pull. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but compared to my last pool, yes, this was a slow pull. But I had a lot of inventory to get rid of, and this was just an easy and very fun way to do it. Again, got the family involved, and my VIPs just have a blast with that. And you just make it whatever theme. I'll do probably a St. Patty's clover pull or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. But I dress up and go on there and make it a really fun, good time. So
Tracy, somebody asked on the chat, they said, do you sell in advance or while you're live only?
So I do sell in advance. I sell spots in advance. And when I very first started doing this, I got really nervous because I would say, I think for the very first one, I did a balloon pop, and I only sold, I think, 25 spots. And so I have them numbered. I create an event, always create an event. I learned that from Jackie. always create an event, no matter what you're doing. That absolutely gets people's attention. And then I just have my numbers 1 through 25. I would list the prices. I would do anywhere. And sometimes it would just depend. If I was really trying to get rid of inventory, stuff I'd had for a long time, sometimes I would sell for as low as $9 a spot if I had a lot of surplus inventory. Most of the time, if it's current sets, I would sell minimum $10 to $12 a spot. Usually, though, I sell my spots for $13. That includes shipping, tax. I don't charge for tax and shipping. And every purchase gets a gift. I'm a very big fan of my local Dollar Tree, and I'm a very big fan of Color Cash and scratch off cards, because those you can include in an envelope. And if they only buy 1 or 2 sets, it's not like you have to make a big package to send something. Now, if they buy 3 or more sets, they're going to get a better price. But still, I go to the dollar store and get, facial mask and hair ties, or microfiber face towels, or bath gloves. And I mean, these are literally at my local Dollar Tree. So I don't break the bank getting gifts for people. And then I'll have 1 or 2 spaces that, they'll get an extra, somebody will get an extra set. Or this last time I did, if I sold all 40 spots, I put that I would have a spin for however many spots a person bought. So if a person bought 3 spots, they got 3 entries. And I gave away 2 sets. One was a Hostess exclusive set, and one was, I think, a really special retired set. But again, I got really nervous. Sometimes I get nervous if I don't sell them all. I've learned to never be nervous. I don't always sell them all in the pre-sale, but when I jump on, it never fails. They are still buying them out. And people that didn't buy will jump on and then buy. And again, once they see how much fun you're having or what they can actually get, people that have already bought will ask for more spots, or people will jump on and want spots. So that makes it really nice. So I will touch just really quickly on bingo. I'm going to leave that one for another thing, because I know we're going to have another training night, but I do use bingo. I have a site that I use online that it's a free site, and it has like different characters. I'm a big fan of the unicorn race, and you can literally number them 1 to 81. And your character's race, and whoever crosses the line, that's the number that you call. I would be more than happy to share that link on whichever page. It is absolutely free, and you can change it up. And my VIPs absolutely love doing that. I know a lot of my girls just pull numbers and call numbers, and that's absolutely fine too. Whatever works for you. Again, it's whatever works for your business. Because everybody's business is different. Everybody's VIPs are different, but just make sure that you're asking your VIPs, what did you like? What did you not like? Because that is really key to making something even better the next time. I also ask my VIPs what their favorite board games are. And then I try to adapt some of those board games into my game nights. I have a whole stack, and I'll turn my phone here in a second. I'll show you part of my stack. I go to Goodwill. I go to yard sales, anywhere and everywhere that I can pick up really cheap board games and then find a way to use them in my group. My VIPs love trivia nights. So things like Family Feud. I adapt Trivial Pursuit, all kinds of trivia games. But that is one thing that my VIPs really love, is the trivia games. But I will turn this around and just show you a few, if I can, let's see, maybe, see if I can turn this around here. There we go. So this is just a handful of my closet of board games and different games that we play. Again, I have a lot of trivia games. The Smart A game, that is probably one of my VIP's most favorite games. And I love it because there's so many different categories. If you've never played this game, look it up. It's extremely fun. My VIPs have a blast with it. If you have adult game night, I have the game called Dirty Minds. Now, I know it says Dirty Minds, but it's really not. It's just things that sound dirty, but they're not. But my VIPs have a lot of fun with it just because they like seeing me struggle to say things. And again, it makes it fun for them. And so we all have a great time with it. Turn this back around here. And again, that's just a few of what I have, but I just literally will go out and buy dollar games and bring them home and try to figure out how can I adapt them to play game night with my VIPs. And sometimes I'll find a game and I'll post it and I'll say, hey, has anybody ever played this game? What do you guys think about it? And get their take on it. And again, asking my VIPs when we're done, did you like it? Did you enjoy it? What would you change? What would you not? Usually on my game nights, I will give away prizes. Again, I don't break the bank. If we're just doing a basic game night, usually I will send digital color cash to my winner. That is good. And another thing that I learned, and I can't remember if this was from Jackie or from somebody else, but on those scratch off cards and on your digital prizes, make sure that you include things like, hey, with a buy three, get one free purchase off my website, I will send you a free set plus, I don't know, whatever, because that encourages people to want to buy from your website. So yes, Jackie, I do hear what you say and I do listen to you.
Yay, somebody does, right?
But it honestly works. And the same thing with if you have sets to get rid of in YouMeWho, do the same thing. Send a scratcher that says, hey, with a purchase off of my YouMeWho site, you'll get XYZ, you know. So whatever it is that you're trying to push at the moment, sometimes I'll just send emails to my VIPs through the message log in the Color Street app, which if you guys are not using that, you are losing out on a valuable resource because it does everything for you. I don't have to keep track of addresses, which I'm horrible at. I don't have to make sure I write them all in the same place, which I'm horrible at. I just go into the messenger log. I say, send an email to everybody. And then I type in there what I want to say. I invite people to game nights. I invite people to the polls that I'm going to do or to the special events that I'm going to have. Or if I'm trying to encourage sales, that's where I'll put specials at. Hey, with a buy three, get one free purchase off of my website, you'll get whatever free from me. If I'm really trying to push and it's end of the month and I really want to get some sales in, I'll give 1 or 2 free sets to get somebody to do a buy three, get one free purchase off of my site. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Tracy, do you happen to know roughly off the top of your head that bingo link? There's been a few people that have put in the chat that they would love to have the link to the bingo.
Let me pull it up. Now I ended up getting, let me pull it up here really quick. I ended up buying the subscription, and I say buy the subscription. It was a one-time fee of like $5. You guys, it is gold. This site is golden to do that. Literally to join their premium, it was like $5. I think it was. Right now, I'm sorry. Right now it's $12 for the whole year.
Okay.
But there's tons of free stuff too. I just like all the extras that it throws in, and there's no ads, and you can do so much more with it for $12. It was totally worth it. It is called, and I don't know, is there a way to type it in?
Yeah, I can type it in the chat.
Okay. So it's online hyphen or dash stopwatch.com. Yes, that is it. And there is so much on that site. It is unreal. But I love the unicorn races. And I have found out how you can go in and you can, I actually have, and that's the other reason I bought the saved version or the VIP version, is because you can save things. So I actually have a unicorn race that has all the unicorns named as the sets of our sets. So it has 81 different unicorns and they all have each of our set names on there. And it's so cool because and again, it's just something that my VIPs absolutely love. And if I can get them on there, they're learning set names too, because they'll be like, oh, hey, look, I got,
Yeah.
So, but to me, it was totally worth it to do the $12. And again, I was able to save things and it opened up so many more things, but there's just tons and tons of things on there that you could utilize for a game night. It is pretty awesome. And it even has on there. So like if you wanted to do I think it has a Plinko on there.
Oh,
and
wow.
I have a Plinko board somewhere. We just moved a couple of months ago, so it's still packed away somewhere, but my VIPs love Plinko, and I would sell sets or sell spots. They would get a set and then they would get a special prize. And then for those, if they were getting special prizes, I typically did usually $15 for an entry, which got them a design or glitter set plus a very good prize. So they love that too. And they love Plinko. And I think there's an online version on that website. So there's tons of things on there, but seriously, utilize board games. You don't even have to follow the board game rules. We have literally made up our own rules for so many of these games. It's not even funny. And sometimes that's the most fun part, is just jumping on one night and being like, hey, let's do a brainstorm night. And I'll get a bunch of my VIPs to jump on. We'll talk about games and how we can make them games that we can play. And believe it or not, sometimes your VIPs have the best ideas.
So Tracy, yeah. How many people do you have in your VIP group?
And
about how many are active on a typical game night? How many are active on there? Because I think a lot of people get intimidated because they are afraid they won't have participation. So I'm just curious.
And a lot of people say, I have 542 VIP members. And everybody's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, no. Just because I have 542 members doesn't mean I have 542 active members.
Right.
When I go through, and I do try to watch my numbers and see how many people saw my post. I do go through and I try to look at those numbers, and typically I'll get somewhere between 80 and 100 on a good day.
Okay.
And that's that view my posts. To actually play game night, I have had anywhere from 4 people to 20 people.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if there are 2 or 3 or 4 people, I still play it as if there are 50 people playing.
Yeah.
I don't let the number, and I know that's hard to do. And at first I couldn't do it. And it took a couple times of really trying. But I play every single game as if I have 50 members on there. And I do every single live as if I have 50 people watching, because they don't know. And when they're watching the replay, they don't know.
Right.
So they're expecting it. Like if you're consistent, they're going to expect you to be there. They're planning around you. So consistency, as we preach all the time, it's everything.
Yeah. And funny you say that, because my VIPs have been on me. I just started, I call it my big girl job, where I went and got my degree. I just started it outside of the home job. So I'm rearranging my schedule a little bit, and I missed the last 2 game nights. And believe you me, they let me know about it, and they let me know that I missed it. And they're messaging me going, when is game night? And, so they do look for that. They do, they want to play. And more than anything, I think, especially right now, is it's a way for everybody to escape everything that's going on around us. We sit and joke and laugh. And you know what, guys? Sometimes we don't even talk about Color Street. Seriously. Sometimes when we play game nights, we joke and laugh and have fun, and we talk about everything besides work and stress and COVID. Like, we talk about everything else. And it's great for everybody to have that little piece of getaway. So don't always think that you have to make your game night revolve around Color Street, because you don't. I mean, you can just make it a night to get together, because one thing I've learned with my VIP group, it's not just me selling Color Street. It's me getting to know my friends. Because if your VIPs aren't your friends, they're not going to stay your VIPs very long. You need to know your VIPs. You need to interact with them. And especially with algorithms the way they are on Facebook anymore, make sure, and again, I heard this from somebody else, if you're not interacting with comments that they make, you're not boosting your algorithm. So if you make one of those interactive posts and they comment back to them, and keep commenting back and forth until, they stop commenting, because that just does nothing but boost your algorithm, especially with that person.
Yes. Tracy, are you running your game nights through Zoom, Facebook rooms, Facebook Live? Somebody asked that in the chat.
So I typically just do Facebook Lives. I have tried Zooms. So far, none of my people like getting on the Zooms. And I've tried the Facebook rooms, and that really didn't work for me either. But again, it's what is best for your VIP. So make sure you're asking them. Take a poll in your group. What's best for everybody? And maybe alternate. If some people like Zooms and some people like Facebook Lives, then just alternate and, try different things. But for me right now, and has been, just the Facebook Lives.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people don't want to be on a Zoom call. They don't want to be seen or heard. They just want to participate.
Right.
Yep.
Thanks,
I found
Trace.
that out. Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
This honestly
Thanks
makes me feel like back when I first started, like listening to you, Tracy, it's like giving me all these ideas of things that I used to do in my business. And I feel like, the more comfortable we get and the further we get into our business, and the more that, we grow a team and we spread ourselves thin in leadership and business and life and marriage and parenting, and like our personal business just gets put on the back burner. And I think that is where we need to be the most connected with, because that's what got us started in this. That's what lit that fire from the beginning. And that's where that fun comes from. And I think when we stop having fun with this is when we start to get in that burnout, and we're focusing our attention and our energy in places that we really don't need to. And this has really, like, I was just sitting here jotting down some notes when you were talking, but I put VIP group. And then I said, is it really VIP? Like, what is special about my group? What sets me apart? Because those are things that I'm really thinking about from this training, is like, sure, I have a VIP space. Yes, I post in it daily, but being completely transparent with you and everybody watching this, my VIP group is on autopilot. There is nothing special about my VIP group. I'm consistent in there. Am I committed? No, I'm not, because I'm not taking intentional time to put into that group. I'm just going in there and going through the motions. I'm posting motivational quotes. I'm posting pictures of my family. I'm doing all the things, but it's not, I'm not putting the time in. And that's where I feel like we really missed the mark. And I think that if all of us would just get back to the fun that we used to have back when we started, and connect with our VIPs and focus on our personal business, I think we would get, that energy and that excitement back that we once had, for our business. So I love this. I needed to hear this.
So the two C's you brought up, committed and consistency, they ring differently, right? So we're committed to our groups. Like, are there, blah, blah, blah. But we really are consistent in posting, nail fees, going and grabbing nail fees. But with connected, we're like diving in. What are we connecting with? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I preach that to my team a lot, because I know most leaders in Color Street, they'll say, what is the secret to success? And they say consistency. I don't agree with that, because I feel like, if you think about a gym membership, you can be consistent in the gym and you can show up every day at the gym, but are you showing up to work out and put in the work? Or are you showing up to talk to your friends? So there's a difference between being committed and being consistent.
Right.
So you want to be committed, because when you're committed, that means that you are being intentional. You are working this as a business. You are showing up with a plan. You are putting in the work. And a lot of us are consistent and we say, yeah, I'm posting, I'm commenting, I'm doing all this, but we're really not really committed to our business. So I just feel like when people say, what's the secret to success? I feel like it is commitment. I mean, you have to have that consistency, but you need to be committed. So I think that's what a lot of us are lacking, is just, we're listening to the trainings, we're writing down ideas, we have all these fun thoughts in our head, but are we executing? Are we committed? Are we taking that action and actually putting in the work to get things done? And honestly, it's not even really work. I say work, but having a game night and having fun with our VIPs, the people that support us, the bread and butter of our business, like that's not work, that's fun. So that's just on us, like Tracy said, to kind of figure out, what is it that they want to do? And that's going to start with asking for that feedback, which, sometimes feedback can be scary because you don't know what people are going to say, but I'm sure it's going to be all good news if you ask your VIPs, what can we do? What can we change in here? What would you guys like to see more of? And honestly too, when Tracy started out and said game nights, I was like, oh gosh, game nights. Like we talk about those all the time, but my mind, and I don't know about you, Jackie, my mind immediately went to the every 5-minute post of this or that, or would you do this?
Would you rather?
Yeah, because that's typically when you hear game nights in your VIP, that's what you go to, is where we go to the graphics group, we pull those graphics, we schedule them every couple minutes in our group, and that's it. And your game night can run while you're out doing something else, but this is like an actual game night. Like this is fun. And Jackie, if we can do it quickly, I know
I can do this real quick. And it's not even so much, you can turn this into a game night, you guys, but I'm going to show you this real quick. But I do this for game nights, or I do it to move inventory. So let me see if I can move my computer without me losing you guys. So
there we go. We can see it.
Can you see my board? Okay. So literally, you guys, to move inventory, or you can use it for a game night. I bought these. I bought these on Amazon. They're just what you see when you're buying clothes online, and they'll have a number up. I literally take like a box of nails, hold up a set of nails with the number and say, I have 3 of them. The first person to comment 1, you get a spin on the wheel. Okay, so a spin on the wheel. On my wheel, I have like a little compact mirror from the dollar store. I have a file. I have what is that? Oh, Toes Before Bros. It's a sample pack for your feet. Pedicure socks, gel, yes. It's just another sample pack, a bonus, a free set with a party. So if they land on that, and they get a free set with a party. Face mask, nail clips, mixed bag of twosies. Like I have a whole bunch of different stuff. And usually with these move inventory parties, you guys, I can move 40 to 50 sets when I do them. So I just post it as an event. And then I just say, I don't get out all of my inventory because I probably have 1,000 sets, but like for next month, I'm going to do one that's called Colors of the Rainbow, kind of tie it in with St. Patrick's Day, right? So I'm going to pull out like purples and yellows and blues and greens and orange. And I'm going to do like 20 or 30 sets. And if I have 5 of each, then so be it. So that's what I pop up and say. Now you can use this thing for game nights also. I can't even think real quick off my head what I use this for game nights, but you can tie this into your game nights, you guys. If I do a this or that, or a would you rather game night, sometimes I'll go live right at the end and tell them, pick a set from my YouMeWho, and then you get a spin on the board right there at the end of game night. Because at the end of game night, you guys, that's when you have a lot of interaction going, right? So that's when I pop on and go live. And they will claim sets from my YouMeWho every single time I post it at the end of game night. If I'm just doing one of those this or that, or would you rather. Does that make sense? I'm trying to do this quick for you guys.
Yeah, I love that.
And I
for those
will
of you
add
watching,
just one more thing,
oh,
if that's
yeah.
okay.
Go ahead.
I know sometimes I have, especially a lot of my girls are, you know, disappointed right now. They're not getting a lot of parties, but let me tell you, if your VIP is psyched up and you keep your VIP into what's going on, the last 2 months I had 0 parties, but I still made over BQ because my VIPs are faithful and they're consistent to show up. And when I do things, they're going in and buying off of my link, and they are good. These aren't just, you know, people, some of them, yeah, they just show up for game night. But, you know, if you have a month or so that you don't have parties and you're being consistent, and like you said, if you're really showing up and being there and you really have gotten to know your VIPs and you know what they like and need, you can do things tailored around them. And again, both of these last 2 months, I mean, it was my VIP group that got me past BQ. So, you know, showing up in your VIP group is just as important sometimes.
The commitment and the intention for sure will get you there.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited. I have some work to do. I wanted to just say, for anybody watching, we've mentioned YouMeWho several times, and you might be thinking, what in the world is a YouMeWho? It's a site that's amazing. You need to go check it out. They have a free version and you can load your inventory to this site. And I don't know what it is about the site. My friend Abby told me about it, and I was like, I don't like change. I don't like change. I never wanted to use it. Abby kept telling me about these sales she was having. And finally one day I was like, okay, I'm tired of hearing Abby tell me about this site thing. So I went and checked it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this a long time ago? It was a breath of fresh air. It is so amazing. And you can do little sales on there where it's like a deadline sale, and people, I don't know what it is. People love buying off YouMeWho. It's absolutely amazing. And just put the thing in the chat for anybody that's on the Zoom live with us. It's there in the chat.
And I have a senior director that does trainings on it. I can have her do a training.
Oh man, it's just amazing. And it
is so amazing. You wake up and you'll have people claiming sets out of your inventory.
And how easy it is when you get new sets in to add them to your site.
So easy. Yeah.
I love it. So anyhow, I just wanted people to know, if you heard YouMeWho, that we weren't like losing our mind and we weren't on the Grinch or something with Cindy Lou Who or something, because I promise. The first time I heard it, that's what I thought. I'm like, a Cindy Lou what? Who? Huh? But yes. So anyhow, we're going to wrap this up, and we will definitely be brainstorming on the next training. If there's anything particular that you guys would like to hear, definitely let us know, because we love coming together and sharing different ideas and fun ways to work our business, because that's the beauty of a Color Street business, is there are endless ways to work this business, and you get to do what fits you best. And sharing ideas and hearing from other people, just, I love it, because I like thinking outside the box. A lot of times I get just tunnel vision on things, and I totally forget that there are so many other options out there that could serve my business. And hearing from other people, it just kind of relights my fire and gets my wheels spinning. Just like after listening to this, I have some work that I want to do with my VIP group. So Tracy, I appreciate you so much sharing all your ideas with us. That was awesome. But yes, you guys, if you have suggestions on future trainings, please let us know. That is our goal every time, is just to come up with ideas to help you all. And together we are all so much stronger. So, all right. You guys have an amazing day, and we will talk to you very soon.
Thanks, Trace.
Thank
See you guys.
you.